everyone, welcome back to Living Through It, a lifestyle podcast for teens by a teen, hosted by yours truly, Isabella. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today's episode is going to be about how to rest properly. But before I get into all of it, let me tell you guys how my past week has been. I'm still watching Love Next Door, although with the plot twists that came last week and then the two new episodes that came out this week, I don't know if I'm liking it. Don't get me wrong, it's really good, but I don't like sad stuff, and it's becoming really sad really quick. And it's giving I don't know if you guys know this show, but 21-25, or is it 25-21? I think it's 25-21. I don't know. I refuse to even finish that show because of how absolutely gut-wrenching that is. It's depressing. But yeah, it's giving that kind of vibe, and I'm really scared because I do not want that to happen to me again. I don't like sad stuff. It makes me so depressed. I do not need that right now. And it was going so good in the beginning, so I have high hopes that maybe it's just a little rut, but then it ends happy. Hopefully, but we'll see. And then also, I'm still watching No Gain No Love. See, that one is still really good. Really, really good. It gets done every time. The tropes are really good. Everything I need, it's giving me and more. So definitely go watch that. For reading, still haven't really done anything. Yeah, I've been really busy with school and stuff and all my clubs and driving. I don't know. So it's been a lot. I haven't really been able to read. Although I did have my first book club meeting for my school club on Wednesday, and that was really fun. And we decided a book to read that one of our new members recommended, and it sounds really good. So hopefully I'll be able to have time to read it this week because I need to read it by the next 2-3 weeks-ish so we can talk about it. But I have a feeling once I start it's going to be really good, and I'll finish it in 3 days tops. So yeah. That being said, I'm still listening to KR&B because it's such the vibe. I know I said last time that it even though it's really hot outside, it gives me fall vibes. Well, today was super fall vibes, with the weather and stuff. It was literally perfect. I was literally in love. I was yes, it's finally cozy season, so I'm so excited for that. And then I've also been listening to some reggaeton, a little bit. I get into it every once in a while when I need that energy boost. And I'll talk about this later, but my school dance was literally yesterday. And so I like to listen to hype music. To me, reggaeton is hype music, but I like to listen to hype music to get myself ready and energetic for the dance. So yeah, I was listening to that. And then obviously, I've been saying this every single episode, but I'm working on college apps, my personal essays, the November SAT, which is coming close. I'm scared. And then managing classes, homework, clubs, family, responsibilities, etc., 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 etc. So yeah, been really busy. And then for events, I did a lot this weekend. I have tomorrow off, which is Monday, which is the day this episode will be released. But yeah, I did a lot. On Friday night, I went to a football game with 2 of my friends, and it was super fun. We won. Woo! And then on Saturday morning, I went to a book festival with my book club. It was our kickoff event. Only a couple people went, but you know what? It's okay. It was fun. It was really cute. And then Saturday night was my school's first dance of the year, which is my last first high school dance of the year. Crazy. But it was literally so good, guys. You have no idea how good it was. Usually, our dances kind of suck, but this time it was really good. Usually we only get, this is embarrassing, 100 people or less, and the majority, because we're an all-girls school, the majority is just girls, and there's probably 10 guys, and of the 10 guys, only 3 are single, and none of them are cute. So, it's been a struggle. But this time we got over 300 people, which if you go to a public school or not, that's probably what? Really? Only 300? That's probably really little. But for a tiny little all-girls Catholic school, that's a lot. Okay, the gym was packed. It was literally crazy. It was so hot in there because of everyone in there, dancing and stuff. But it was so fun. I mean, super crowded, but really fun. And, so many people showed up. I think there was more guys than girls, which is, the first, ever. Especially since we're an all-girls school. That's crazy. And then apparently we had to, turn away some people because they didn't have, the proper ID or like guest pass or something. So like it was insane. Like we could have had even more people there. But yeah, it was super fun. And then today, like a couple hours ago, Sunday night, I had my first faith night with my youth ministry that I just joined. It was super cute, super relaxing. I really liked it. I like the team. They're really nice and like it's like calming to be around them, if that makes sense. So yeah. And then also the day this is released, which is why this episode will be released during the afternoon time and not the morning time, is because I have a Fakurigo performance in the morning and I won't have time to edit this in time and then also hit the performance. So I apologize in advance for that. And if you guys are listening to this like way after this was released, don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry, it still will be released on Monday, but which is the usual release schedule. But yeah, anyway, I have a performance tomorrow. I'm dancing Sinaloa. It's with my folklorico group from my school, and it's for little elementary school. This will be our second time performing there, so that'll be super cute, super fun, and it's for Mexico's Independence Day. Woo! Viva Mexico, you know. But yeah, so that's gonna be really fun. And then I'm looking forward to no school tomorrow, Monday. Kind of sucks that I have to wake up early for the performance, but I know it's gonna be really fun because the little kids are so cute. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to coming home and like relaxing. Although I do have to study for an AP Gov test, so maybe not that relaxing, but relaxing-ish. At least I'm not at school. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then also I'm looking forward to um going to a popular NFL team's stadium on Wednesday for like a broadcasting like field trip thing for my broadcasting club at school, and the whole thing, like transportation and everything, is paid for. Like insane. I was so excited when I found out. I was like, yes, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I'll tell you guys how it went next week. But yeah. Obviously I've been doing a lot, which means I don't really have a lot of time to rest. So when I do, I have to like make it count. And I feel like you guys are probably really busy too. What? Sorry. Let me rewind. I feel like you guys are also really busy right now too. That's what I meant to say. So I feel like this is really fitting to tell you guys like how to properly rest and like enjoy yourself when you're going out and not be super stressed. But yeah. So there's 7 types of rests that we could do. I'm gonna touch on them a little bit and like give some like ideas or like examples of how you guys could do these type of rests or like rest in that type of way. So yeah. The first being physical rest. So obviously this is like your body, and it's mainly just like um yeah, like physical stuff. So sleeping, obviously, try to get like remember my sleep episode? I think it was my second episode or something, or third maybe. Like try to get the right amount of sleep, the right amount of REM cycles. Okay, finish those REM cycles, girl. Yeah, you could also do power naps. Something that I heard, and I've been following that, and like low key, it's true, is that 30-minute naps are the worst type of naps you could ever take. Never take a nap that is 30 minutes long. I think it has something to do with like the REM cycle, and you're already being like falling into a REM cycle, and so waking up right then and there is like messing it all up and it'll make you more tired. But yeah, don't take 30-minute naps. If you're gonna take a nap, I suggest like 10 to 20 minutes, like either 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes for a power nap. Or if you want a really long nap, do an hour and a half because that's 90 minutes and that's a REM cycle. But yeah. Another thing you could do is like stretch or do like Pilates, like light Pilates or like yoga, or I don't know, I guess like ballet would count if you know how to do ballet. But yeah, just like something to like relieve like the tension in your body and stuff. Another thing you could do is deep breathing or like breathing exercises. I feel like I mentioned this before, but like box breathing would be a really good one for that. There's videos for that on YouTube. There's also Headspace, stuff like that. Um, a massage. I don't know if you guys have like massage guns. My parents have one, although we like low-key never use it. I need to use it because like it feels like so good. Like especially when like I have it done on, like when someone does it on my neck, like oh, it feels so good, especially since like I'm always like craning my neck to look at my laptop all day or like doing my homework. You just gotta like really relieve that tension. Like maybe find someone or like a family member or a friend where you guys agree to like um like massage each other. I know that sounds a little weird, but trust me, it'll be so worth it. Like just having someone not like doing it yourself, but having another person like relieve the tension in your muscles feels so good, especially when you're just like there receiving it. And like it's really helpful to like just de-stress because like you're carrying that stress and so like getting rid of the tension is getting rid of the stress, if that makes sense. But yeah. And then lastly, like a hot bath or shower. Obviously don't use steaming hot water when you're washing your hair because that's bad for your scalp. But like after washing your hair, like have the water at a hotter temperature because it's really soothing for your body and it relaxes your muscles and stuff. Or if you have extra time and like you have a bathtub, like take a bath. I'm just thinking about that right now. That is so relaxing. I need to do that tomorrow. You guys should do it tomorrow too. Yeah. Moving on, there's mental rest. So this is obviously like more for your brain and like your thoughts and like basically shutting your brain down. Um, Obviously like meditating. There's a lot of videos online, like I said, of just like meditations, especially meditations with breathing. So like a two in one. Just anything. Just like help focus your mind on something and like only that one thing and so then everything else, like all the little voices in your head, like stop. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then practicing mindfulness. My school is like crazy about mindfulness, but like low key they're on something because every time we do an activity, I do feel more relaxed, I will have to admit. But yeah, just like trying to be more present in the moment, whether it's like mindfully eating where like you don't eat like you eat with just like you just have the plate in front of you. Like you don't have like a book, you don't have your device in front of you, like any of that. Like it's literally just you, your thoughts, and your food, you know? Or like a mindful walk where you just look around and there's like, again, you're not listening to any music, you're not on your phone, you're just like enjoying, looking around, like listening to the different sounds that you can hear, that kind of stuff. But yeah, another thing you could do is a digital detox. Whether it's like for a day or a couple hours, just like don't use any device. Maybe it could be like if it's accessible to you going on a hike. That way you get like two birds, one stone. And like you don't use your phone at all. I mean, you could use it for like music, I guess, but try not to use it at all, especially like social media. You and then like that's only for a couple of hours. And like you'll feel like a lot better because you like absorb your time a lot more, if that makes sense, where you're not using your phone. I've noticed that when like I go camping with my family, that when I don't, because there's no signal, like I don't really use my phone and like time goes slower but faster, if that makes sense. But yeah. And then another thing you could do is journaling. This is really good for those overthinkers like me where you have like a bajillion thoughts at once. Um, just put it all down and then leave it there. Or like I know that some people will like write a whole bunch of like things that are stressing them out and then like rip up the papers or like burn it or something. If you're gonna burn something, be careful. Okay, please, 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 please be careful. But yeah, you could definitely do that. Or you could even listen to music and like ambient sounds. There's a whole bunch of like ASMR sounds on YouTube, whether it's like mukbangs or rain or like slime, stuff like that. And it's like really relaxing to the ear. I mean, obviously not everything's relaxing to everyone. Like my mom hates the sound of chewing, so she would not enjoy like food ASMR. But I'm sure she would like more like naturey sounds, like the rain or the wind or just stuff like that. So like find what works for you because it's like very calming and very relaxing to listen to something that isn't really like overbearing or like overloading your senses, if that makes sense. Like a more calming, soothing noise. But yeah. And then moving on to the next rest, emotional rest. Yeah, our emotions are all over the place. I did an episode about emotions, so you can go listen to that. But just try to like express your emotions or like give yourself the time to express the emotions because it's actually relaxing once they're like out. Like you feel like a weight of your shoulders lifted. Like if you're feeling frustrated or something or like whatever emotion you're feeling, you could like talk to a friend or a therapist or a counselor or something like that or a trusted adult and just like sharing what you're feeling at the moment can like I said lift off the burden of your shoulders. Another thing you could do is like just spend some time by yourself to like recharge, whether it's your social battery or just like your you battery. Just give yourself some time to like really like reflect and just think about the situation that's troubling you and just let yourself process it. Another thing to do is like try to be more grateful for things, especially the small things, because once you find like gratitude in the small things, you'll find gratitude for the big things, especially if the big things aren't what you would normally be grateful for. Like being grateful that you could find both your shoes this morning, being grateful that you were able to fill up your water bottle in time before class started, little things like that, and then eventually like lead on and like carry over to bigger events in your day to day. So that would be really helpful too. And then I talked about this. Was this last episode? I think so. Setting boundaries. Like I said, you know where you are, you know where you stand, you know when you're burnt out and when you're like overloaded. And so like setting boundaries and like sticking with them is really helpful to like resting your brain and your mind, especially your emotions, and like prioritizing your health. So definitely like enforce those boundaries as much as possible, preferably all the time. But I know not everyone's perfect, especially when it involves themselves. So just try your best to like really stick with your boundaries. But yeah, the next type of rest is creative rest. So this is something that like I guess it's like art therapy, if you could call it that. But basically, just like using your skills, especially like it doesn't you don't bleh, sorry, you don't have to be good to find a task soothing, if that makes sense. So like you could be like creative or like artsy with stuff. Like you could paint, you could draw, um, you could like use pastels, chalk. I'm trying to think of other art mediums, craft, scrapbooking, stuff like that. You could definitely do that. Oh my gosh, I got an eyelash in my eye, I think. I'm so sorry, guys. Randomly interrupting the episode. Anyway, yeah, you could definitely do like stuff that's really creative and like allow yourself to be bad at it. I know that's really hard to say to people, oh my gosh, who are like perfectionists like me. Like, trust me, I know, girl. I know. But like really, really, really like try to make it as bad as possible because then you'll have more time, like more fun with it, if that makes sense. Like if you're trying to make it perfect, you're not gonna have fun with it because it's like you're giving yourself, like you're restraining yourself, you know? Like be let yourself loose, be free. But yeah, you could also, like I said, go outside, be like a really like be in nature and like just absorb like the natural earth, whether it's like hiking or going to a park or going to a garden or even just your backyard, like that counts too. Just anything like that, so you're like surrounded by greenery and like plants and like just the earth and dirt. I don't know why. Well, actually, yeah. I don't know if it's just me, but low-key, like fresh dirt and garden smells so good. Like it smells like clean. I don't know if that makes sense. Ironic given that dirt is like dirty, you know? But like I don't know. I like it. It feels like refreshing. Like it gives like in touch with the earth type vibes. I know that's really weird, but that's how I feel. But yeah. And then also just like again, just doing something for sorry. I'm reading this wrong. My eyes are straining. Reading for pleasure. Like don't read something to like be educated, although that's really good, but just read something because you want to read it and because you think it'll be fun to read. Even if it's like comic books or like first grade books. Like if you think it's gonna be fun to read, then read it. Like just allow yourself to enjoy a piece of work with no pressure. Yeah. Um, the third to last rest is sensory rest. So I mentioned before, like being like overloaded, overbearing, or like overstimulated. So definitely trying to like keep your stimulation as low as possible and like keeping your body as calm as possible is really helpful for your like to be restful, because if you're like having a whole bunch of things going on at once and you're getting like a sensory overload, you're not going to be calm, and you can't rest if you're not calm. You know what I mean? So you could do like a couple of different things, such as like trying to make your environment quieter, like trying to eliminate background noise. Like if you're playing music but it's like getting too much for you, turn it off. If you can put on noise canceling headphones, turn them on, you know. Also try to dim the lights. You can tell right now that I have a light on. I mean, it's a little bright on me, I'm sorry, but I don't like the big overhead lights, especially when they're like white or LED. I just think they're so ugly. Like, I don't like them. It gives like hospital vibes, and I'm just not a fan. So I usually like to use like my yellow lamps and stuff, which are like they're a lot more calming and soothing to the eye and like to the environment. Like it gives the environment a much more like casual, cozy vibe, and then that's like really helpful for like resting. And then aromatherapy. If you have like lavender lotion or like lavender chamomile lotion, my friend gave me one and it smells so good. Or like just something like really scent. Sorry, I have a lot of mistakes in my words right now. But something that smells really good, especially if it's like lavender or chamomile, because those are like relaxing scents. Or like a candle too. Just having those around you or like on you as like a product is really restful. I mean, really soothing, and that can like lead to being restful because it like calms you down and like makes you more relaxed. Second to last, social rest. So, ironically, sometimes to recharge your social battery, you have to actually hang out with people, especially like with loved people. So, what I mean by this is that some people tire you out, you know? Or if you don't really have a social battery, then I guess doesn't apply to you. But like for my introverts, ambiverts, like this probably applies to you. But sometimes hanging out with people will lower your battery, but hanging out with other people will actually like charge your battery. And so like for me, I found that it's like mainly with the people that I love, like really close friends or really close family. And so like spending time with them will actually like help me feel better and like lift me up to like a higher mental state, and just yeah, feeling more relaxed and like again restful. And then also, I mentioned this in the last episode, but say no to things. Like I said, some things tire you out, and if you know some like an event's gonna tire you out, and it's not like a life changing event, you can say no to not going. Um, it's just helping you from becoming overwhelmed, and you want to prevent that as much as possible. But yeah, okay. Last rest, and I know I'm going through these really quickly, so I apologize for that. Spiritual rest. So whether you're spiritual or religious, like I think it's really important for us to like really sit down and engage in like what we consider meaningful. First being like a prayer or reflection. Praying is really relaxing, and it's like especially more, sorry, wrong grammar. It's especially much more soothing to like your soul to like give things up to the Lord if you're like Christian or Catholic. Unfortunately, I'm not well versed in other religions, so I don't know how to give you guys examples for those religions, but if you're Christian or Catholic, like just praying and lifting up um your sorrows, your struggles, your crosses, stuff like that, to God can really help you feel that like burden of your shoulders like come off, and that will help you be more relaxed. But you could also do, this applies to anyone, like a meditation, like I mentioned earlier, or even just like a type of quiet reflection, whether it's on scripture, on your religious scripture, it doesn't have to be the Bible, um, or just like a little short story if you're not religious, stuff like that, and just reflecting. and like taking time to like be mindful of what you just read or heard or like watched, which is honestly just something that really helps you like be more at peace from the inside out. And then last tip is to do something that's like meaningful, not just to you but to others as well. Basically like volunteering or just committing or connecting to something that is for the greater good, whether it's like helping out with holiday baskets or helping out at a homeless shelter, um, stuff like that. Just like really engaging in something for others is really helpful because it makes you feel better as a person. And then when you feel better as a person, you feel lighter on your feet, and that makes you more relaxed and peaceful. But yeah, I think it's really important that we try to use and like hit all these rests at least once a week. I know we're really busy and so like it's really hard to rest sometimes, especially if you have like a bad habit of just like working, 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 working. Sometimes that's me, unfortunately. But yeah, just like trying to get these rests in and sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Trying to like hit at least one of these like restful activities per category once a week will help you become a lot more centered with yourself and then just be more relaxed, obviously, because you're resting. But yeah, um, I really hope that was helpful for you guys. Hopefully, maybe if you didn't really like any of the ideas I gave you, you could like, based off the ideas that I gave, come up with better ones that apply to you. Not everything is restful to every single person. So if you know that something else is really restful for you, then you could do that. Like for me, another physical rest will probably be like kayaking. Like I love to kayak. It's my favorite thing. Well, one of my favorite things. Like it's up there, and it's super relaxing and super peaceful to me. And so like that would definitely be like a huge restful activity for me, but that might not be restful for you. So, just try to apply these different categories into your life and see what counts for each category that works for you. But yeah, like I said, I hope this was really helpful for you guys. I hope you'll be able to implement this as often as possible, especially during the school year because we really need that rest. But yeah, wherever you guys are listening, make sure to like, follow, comment, and subscribe, as well as follow the podcast on Instagram at Living Through It Podcast. Remember, you can listen to this podcast wherever you find your podcasts or on YouTube, since this is indeed and in fact a video podcast. Make sure to come back next week for even more high school advice. My name is Isabella, and you've been listening to Living Through It. Love you!